Hi, welcome to your English class. Tell me, do you sometimes meet with friends that you don't see regularly? And what do you talk about? For example, look at this person. Look at him. What did he do last week? He had a trip, right? Can they talk about that? Of course. They can talk about recent events. So in this class, let's ask a friend about recent events. Let me show you an example over here. Here we have Sue. Look at her. And here we have some of her recent activities since last month. So look at the graphic, look at the pictures, and answer my questions. Tell me, did Sue see her friends last month? Yes, right? She saw her friends last month. What about last week? No. This week? Mm-mm. Today? No. So in this case, we can say that she hasn't seen her friends since last month. Check, in this case, we talk about a recent event, but a negative recent event. She hasn't seen her friends since last month. Now, did she speak to her client last week? Yes. Is she still, well, does she continue speaking to her client this week? Yes, right? So we can say that she has spoken to her client for a week. She has spoken to her client for a week. Now let's talk about her English classes. Or well, let's talk about something more specific. What about phone calls? She talks to her client by phone. So in this case, did she get phone calls last week? And this week, does she still get phone calls? Yes. So we can say that she has gotten phone calls all week, or she has got phone calls all week. Remember that these are two possible past participles for the same verb, gotten or got. Now, let's talk about her English classes. Has she had English class this week? And today? Yes, right? The complete week. So we can say she's had English class all week. Check the contraction. She has is possible to simply say she's. How can you notice the difference between she is and she has with a complete sentence? In this case, you have a past participle, had, that indicates that you talk about recent events. She's had English class all week. Now, let's talk about homework. If she's had English class all week, probably she has homework. But right now, is she at home? No, right? Is she still working? Yes. She hasn't gone home today. She hasn't done homework. Check. In this case, we talk about, again, negative recent events. In this day, today, she hasn't gone home. And she hasn't done homework. Now, check again the sentences, listen, and try to repeat. She hasn't seen her friends since last month. She has spoken to her client for a week. She has gotten phone calls all week. She's had English class all week. She hasn't gone home today. She hasn't done homework. All right, now let's try to answer some questions. Tell me, has she seen her friends since last month? Let me write my question over here. Has she seen her friends since last month? And in this case, according to the information we have here, no, she hasn't seen her friends since last month. Now, what about my next question? Has she spoken to her client for a week? Yes, she has spoken to her client for a week. All right, check my next question. Has she gotten phone calls all month? Has she gotten phone calls all month? According to the information, no, she hasn't gotten phone calls all month. Now, check my next question. How long has she gotten phone calls? Sorry, phone calls. How long has she gotten phone calls? For a week, right? She has gotten phone calls for a week. Or, similar to this answer, she has gotten phone calls all week. There we go. Let's go with one more question. Tell me, how long has she, how long has she had English class? And in this case, according to the information, she's had English class all week. There you go. Remember to take your notes, copy the questions, take a screenshot, a picture, and try to practice with your answers. Create similar questions to continue practicing. Here I have some examples and some ideas. Let me erase this for a moment. Now, check. Here I have some information about the past and recent events. For example, what did you do yesterday? And how about today? Let's compare distant and recent events. For example, yesterday, Mr. Nelson made many calls. And in parentheses, I have only 2. So today, he has made only 2 calls. We talk about a past event, yesterday, and then a recent event, today. Let's do something similar with the rest. Yesterday, Tanya sent more than 40 emails. And in parentheses, I have only 3. So let's complete the idea over here. Yesterday, Tanya sent more than 40 emails. This morning, she sent only 3. This morning, she sent only 3. There we go. If you notice, we have the same elements. The person, she, has, that is necessary for recent events, in this case a contraction, she's, the past participle of the action, in this case sent, and the number, only 3. There we go. Or we can be even more specific and say only 3 emails. There we go. All right, let's go for another one. Let's check number 2. Let's see, we have over here, yesterday Henry received a lot of voicemail messages. And in parentheses we have not any. So we need to use a negative. And in this case, today, he hasn't received any. Or let's complete the idea, any voicemail messages. We can stop at any, but let's write all the information. Today, he hasn't received any voicemail messages. There we go. All right, let's continue with the next one. Last year, we didn't have any car accidents. And in parentheses, I have 2. So in this case, this year, make it bigger, the contraction here, we've had 2 car accidents. Remember that here we have the contraction of have, because he is a third person, she is a third person, so we need to combine with has. But in the case of I, you, we, they, we don't combine with has, we combine with have, sorry. So the complete sentence, we have. The contraction, we've. We've had 2 car accidents. And let's go for the last one, number 4. On Thursday, Sonia didn't speak to me at all. And in parentheses, I have 3 times. This afternoon, let's make this bigger, she's spoken to me 3 times. There we go. This afternoon, she's spoken to me 3 times. Very good. Tell me if you have any doubts or questions in the comments, or if something is not very clear. Let's continue practicing. Let's go to another activity that I have over here. Now, let's practice with some questions. Check. Here I have a very simple question. Have you seen Paul lately? Remember that lately is similar to recently, to talk about recent events. Have you seen Paul lately? Let me give you an example of an answer. No, I haven't seen him since our last meeting. Or maybe, no, I haven't seen him in months. Or maybe an affirmative answer. Yes, I saw him yesterday. Check. In the first 2 negative answers, we talk about recent events, but negatives. Since our last meeting. Since that moment, this action hasn't happened. In months, in this case, you use you count a number. We don't have a specific number, but we have in. We can include in 5 months, in 2 weeks, in hours, to be exaggerated. And finally, when you mention a specific moment in the past, we don't use this structure, if you notice. We use simple past. I saw. I saw him yesterday. Because it's not a recent event, it's a specific moment in the past. Right. Now, let's continue practicing with some other questions. Here I have 4 different questions. Try to answer using since, in, or a specific moment in the past. For example, have you spoken to your parents lately? No, I haven't spoken to them in weeks, maybe. Have you been to the movies lately? Remember that the movies is the cinema. In my case, maybe I can answer, no, I haven't been to the movies in months. Have you traveled lately? Maybe an affirmative answer can be, yes, I traveled last month. And finally, have you had any meetings lately? No, I haven't had meetings since last week, maybe. Think about your answers and leave them in the comments. I'll tell you if they need any corrections. Now, it's time for our final practice. Remember that the goal for this class is to ask a friend about recent events. And here I have 5 different answers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 different answers, and you need to create the questions. I'm going to help you with one example and you do the rest. I have worked all week in a new project. What can be a logical question for this? Maybe, what have you done recently? Or, as we check the different word, what have you done, lately? What have you done lately? I have worked all week in a new project. Check the rest of the answers and try to create the questions. Leave them in the comments. Let me know if you have any doubts or questions, or if it's very difficult and I'll help you. As always, thank you for being here. Thank you for your like, for the subscription, and for sharing this video with whomever you think might need it. I am Teacher Eddy, and as always, thank you for being here. I will see you next class. Bye-bye.